Trivia. I'm your host, Hollie Woods, bringing you a righteous game featuring fun questions and funnier facts. It's all about the coolest things that made the 80s the most boss decade ever. Before I begin the trivia game, it's time to reveal the answer to last week's radical riddle. The snack that you toast for a sugary treat is the Pop-Tart. Honestly, trying to eat one while sprinting to the bus is an extreme sport. Nothing wakes you up faster than 1,000-degree strawberry filling hitting your tongue at 7 a.m. Anyway, let's get on with the show. I've got 10 gnarly questions to test your 80s IQ. So grab a new Coke and let's go.
Question 1. Movies.
This 1981 animated ride follows a glowing green orb named Lochnar that spreads evil across the galaxy. Which legendary fantasy magazine inspired the film's title and its wild art style? The answer is Heavy Metal. The movie was held hostage for limited theater release for 15 years because of the soundtrack rights. Apparently, drawing a magical green orb is the easy part. Convincing a dozen rock stars to put their songs in a cartoon with a half-naked warrior woman is way harder.
Question 2. Music.
Frank Zappa's 1982 hit Valley Girl turned Gag Me with a Spoon into a national obsession. Which 14-year-old family member did Frank recruit to improvise all those totally tubular lines on the track? The answer is his daughter, Moon Unit Zappa. Frank burst into Moon's room at 2 a.m. on a school night and marched her straight into the home studio. She recorded the whole legendary track in her pajamas with messy bedhead. It turns out, talking like an airhead in the middle of the night is a great way to accidentally land a top 40 hit.
Question 3. TV.
MTV's first ever non-musical show turned a basement in New York City into a chaotic trivia arena. What is the name of this 1987 game show that featured a snack break and forced losers to get sucked through a wall? The answer is Remote Control. The show, hosted by the late Ken Ober, was a total launching pad for future stars. Both Adam Sandler and Colin Quinn got their start on that set, proving that being a basement weirdo is actually a solid career move.
Question 4. Fashion.
Which Southern brand, famous for their mallard logo on the back pocket, did everyone turn into frayed bottom shorts? The answer is Duckhead. Buying the shorts pre-cut was considered a total poser move. You had to buy the long pants and hack them off yourself, leaving your bedroom floor looking like a crime scene for waterfowl.
Question 5. Pop culture.
If your mom didn't decorate the kitchen with these, did the 80s even happen?
Huh?
What kind of white ceramic farm animals, usually seen wearing blue ribbons around their necks, were the absolute must-have country chic decor of the decade? The answer is country geese. People were so obsessed with these that they started buying porch geese and dressing them in tiny outfits for every holiday. Nothing says tough 80s neighborhood like a 2-foot concrete bird wearing a raincoat and a matching hat. Between the Duckhead shorts and the ceramic geese, I think we reached a foul level of obsession that should probably stay in the vault. Since we're mid-episode, let's jump into our commercial break trivia question. We're hitting the stadium tunnel for this legendary ad.
Question 6. Commercials.
In one of the most famous commercials ever made, a starstruck 9-year-old fan offers a bottle of Coke to a limping defensive tackle in a stadium tunnel. Who was this legendary Pittsburgh Steelers star who ended up tossing the kid his game-worn jersey? The answer is Mean Joe Green. The kid wasn't the only one working hard. Green got to chug at least 18 bottles of Coke to get the perfect take. By the end of the day, he was so bloated he couldn't even say his famous "Hey kid, catch" line without letting out a massive burp.
Question 7. Food.
This 1980s frozen masterpiece was the peak of fancy dinner parties. Which layered ice cream dessert came in a long rectangular box and featured elegant ripples of chocolate that crunched perfectly with every slice? The answer is Viennetta. The commercials made it look like it belonged at the royal wedding, but most of us just ate it sitting on the couch while watching Dynasty. It's a total power move to feel like a billionaire while eating ice cream in your pajamas.
Question 8. Video games.
Video game.
Since we're still in a foul mood, let's talk about the 1984 Nintendo Classic that came bundled with the NES. Which game required you to use a plastic light gun to blast mallards out of the sky while a snickering dog hid in the tall grass? The answer is Duck Hunt. That dog was the ultimate 8-bit bully. Hey! He spent the whole time laughing at your terrible aim, and every kid in the neighborhood spent hours trying to shove the plastic zapper barrel right against the TV just to shut him up.
Question 9. Toys.
Since we're already hanging out in the water with all these ducks, let's talk about the ultimate 1980s bath time companion. Which line of colorful mermaid dolls featured long brushable hair and came with a floating sponge lily pad? The answer is Seawees. These are supposedly magical, but the real mystery was how their hair turned into a giant matted bird's nest after exactly one dip in the tub. By the second bath, your beautiful mermaid looked like she had just survived the Live Aid concert.
Question 10. Celebrities.
Celebrities.
To wrap things up, let's talk about the actor who basically owned the nerd movie market. Which legendary teen star played the geeky farmer Ted in 16 Candles and the brainy Brian Johnson in The Breakfast Club? The answer is Anthony Michael Hall. After playing the brainy nerd in those John Hughes classics, he hit a massive growth spurt before filming Edward Scissorhands. He showed up to the set as a 6'1" powerhouse, which made his role as the terrifying bully a lot more believable. Yeah. It's like the universe decided he'd spent enough time getting shoved into lockers. You've survived hot pastries, waterfowl, and spoon gagging. Congratulations. Thanks for hanging out. But before you go adjust your antenna, I'm leaving you with a radical riddle to think about until the next episode. I've got 6 strings and a body that's built for a shred. I'm shaped like a letter or a jagged arrow instead. While hair metal legends play me loud on the stage, I'm the pointiest way to define the rock age. What am I? Think about it. I'm Hollie Woods, and I'll reveal the answer next time right here on Totally Tubular Trivia. Be excellent to each other.